It's a grizzly.
Should we get out of here?
No. We're gonna watch and listen.
Wow. Hello there, everybody. How's everybody doing? Tracy, what's going on, man? So let's see here. We have Catherine. Welcome to the show. Tracy, your mic is mute. Hey,
Yep, I just
Kelly,
saw that.
welcome. Hey, Mort, Nicole, welcome.
Hey,
Crazy
everybody.
Witch coming up in the rear. And Yolanda, Shelly, Denise. Hello, good evening. Everybody, welcome to the show. Hello.
Welcome, everyone.
So what's going on, Tracy?
Oh no, not too much, Grizzly. Just work, same thing as usual every week. I ended up I'm going to Nashville over the weekend. Ended up getting my album done, so all the songs are done. Just hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, they'll be all over Spotify, and maybe I'll get 1 or 2 people that might like the songs.
Yeah, there we go.
That's
What do you
cool.
think about that Titanic sub too? By the way.
Oh
Isn't that
man,
something?
that's a shame. First of all, it's horrendous for those people. I mean, that'd be a horrible way to go. All the way down there in that deep. I mean, there's all kinds of. I was listening to a radio station today, and they were talking about it. All the fear that people would go through in that, because it's coming, it's inevitable. You're hoping for the rescue, but it's almost inevitable, and that's just a shame. It's a shame that happens.
It is. My heart and thoughts go out to the family and friends and everybody. Prayers to them. Now I do know for 2.5, 3 hours ago that they have heard banging somewhere in the ocean, but they cannot locate it. And I did not know that sub, no matter where it is floated to or the currents traveled or made it travel to, it has to be open by that ship that launched it. It cannot be open from the inside. It has to be open from the outside.
Well,
So
I
that
guess
was
in a way,
very interesting.
That would be good in a way, because somebody might panic and try to open it when they're in that deep water.
It would crush it like a soda can.
Exactly. So then you're really out of options when that happens. So now, hopefully, the good Lord willing, they'll be able to find them. But man, it's a big ocean.
Yeah, and I forgot how many miles they actually covered. They covered the state of Connecticut and so forth, but hearts and prayers going out. So what we got tonight? What do you got lined up for us?
We have, let me pull her up here real quick, Chanel Penrod.
Yeah.
Chanel Penrod. She's been an investigator for about 20 years. She's always been aware of what others can not hear or see. She likes to investigate cemeteries and battlefields. She likes, history and stuff like that, forgotten history especially. She's a psychic medium, and she uses her abilities not only in the paranormal field, but in everyday life.
Wow. Let's go ahead and bring her on. The cat ball is already going off since you start talking about her. Welcome. Hello. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Chanel.
Oh, goodness. Look at the ball.
I know. It's already going off, right? So let's do some Hollywood squares here. And that did not work, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. So, introduce yourself and say hi to everybody. Hi, Luna.
Well, I'm Chanel Penrod. Like Tracy said, I've been in the field for a little over 20 years. I moved around with my husband in the Navy, so I've got to see a lot of things from New Orleans Tennessee, Texas, and mostly the battlefields in Virginia. We spent a lot of time there, and I've spent probably hours upon hours out there.
So you would love Kentucky then. I tell you, with our battlefields here, yes.
One of these
Absolutely.
days, I'm going to spend like a month in Kentucky just to go from one battlefield to the other.
Yeah, it's a lot of history. I'm telling you a lot. So yeah, but
Hi,
I'm
Lauren.
glad you're here. I'm glad to have you. And everybody's like, they love your background.
Thank you. It's actually for my Parasisters podcast, so I just left it up.
Well,
That's
talk about that for a second about your
Yeah.
Parasisters podcast.
All right, I am. My partner is Linda Burns, and she and I started it back in, let's see, October. It was one of those things that she kept on bugging me about it, and I finally just said, okay, let's do it. And that was a Friday, and we started it that Sunday. It's on every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And we actually did something a little bit different this past Sunday on Father's Day. We went out to a local cemetery that we've been wanting to investigate and did a live investigation during the
Oh
podcast.
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is. That's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually that's how I ended up meeting Chanel. Was I was just started Paralink.com, and I was looking for places to basically promote it, and I saw that they had their podcast, and they were nice enough to let me on. So
it was a good
very
show
appreciative.
too. Had fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you're also with Indiana Crossroad Encounters, correct?
Yes, that is my team. I decided I mostly do a lot of solos. I've always done solos, and I've been jumped around from team to team until I moved. I had my sister and I had a team up until a few years ago, and she got out of the field. She has kids now.
Yeah.
And me and my best friend Shelly Denise, we decided to start a team. It was just the two of us until December, and we added Linda, and now it's just a 3-girl team. And
There you go. Where you all located out of Indiana?
yes, we're out of Warsaw, Indiana.
And how far is that from the Ohio River?
Oh boy, we're all the way up north by Fort
That's what I
Wayne.
thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're way up there.
Yeah.
I'm way down there. I'm
by
on the
Bill
southern tip
Mansion.
of Indiana.
Yep,
So,
I am an hour north of Fort Wayne and an hour and a half. No, about an hour and 15 minutes south of South Bend. So
There are a lot of people from that area that are into paranormal. So that's a good area,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm lucky to. If you've ever heard of the Barbie Hotel here in this Kosciuszko County, I am the sole person who gets to investigate there. Dan, the owner, won't let anybody else in. So that's kind of
wow.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, definitely. Hey, FDL.
That's interesting. Yeah. So explain to everybody that doesn't know what that is, what type of building and history it has.
Okay, the Barbie Hotel is back in Al Capone's days. Back in the 50s and 60s, they started finding bones and bodies in the Barbie Lake and the areas, and they would come down. The gangsters would come down and spend, when they're trying to get away from Chicago, and spend the time at the hotel. It has a bar and everything in there. There's about 10 rooms left of the hotel. There was a lady who killed herself in actually the owner's room. He decided he wanted to move in there.
Wow.
Yep. That's why he keeps calling me in. He's like, oh no, this has happened. I'm like, I'm on my way, Dan.
Wow.
So, there's so much history in the area that, I could investigate every night during the week and still not want to stop. It's filled with history in that around the Barbie Lake and everything.
So people still stay there?
Oh yeah. They're out of the 10 rooms that's open. 3 people who work for the bars stay there, and they keep 3 rooms open for so people don't leave the bar too intoxicated. So they're
Yeah.
nice enough to open up 3 rooms for them.
Oh, that's nice.
So
So when you're there, I guess since you're the lone person that gets to hunt it, what type of being a medium? What type of feelings do you get there, and
oh,
anything special?
the top floor is just, for me, the energy is just, it's intense. I mean, just the history in the walls. It, you can feel it just walking down. They changed the carpets not too long ago, and that really stirred up the
Yeah.
spirits, because you know how that is. You change something and they don't like it. So there's room 3. Room 3, I can't tell you exactly. I mean, I've gotten different energies. Definitely a gentleman who likes to make himself present when there's another male figure in the room. More me, he's just like, oh gosh, it's her again.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What?
I'm going to use the word, it's off the hook.
Ah, cool. No, that's awesome. We like that stuff. What So I know like the Bill Mansion's not too far from you.
No, it's about
And
an hour.
and did you guys end up going to that Paracon that was there not too long ago?
No, I had another show with Moonlight Crystals, my company, so I didn't get to go that weekend.
Oh, what's Moonlight Crystals?
I sell crystals at a trade show booth.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've got anything and everything.
Well, there you go. Grizzly probably buy some crystals from you. He's got to keep those dolls at bay in his office there.
I mean, anything and everything I can get. I'm not going to lie.
Well, then you need some black tourmaline, Grizzly.
I actually do.
I'm surprised you don't have that in your kit, Grizz. He's taping up his stuff. He has a lot of.
Yeah, it actually the tape. If y'all wasn't hearing, it was moving on its own. So I'm re-taping it down where it's not moving. It freaked me out.
You
So
need
instead
some
of
of that
hearing all
nano
the
tape.
yeah, this is almost like Gorilla Tape. That's how sticky it is. But it was moving. It was freaking me out. So I didn't want to do too much noise on the mic.
Yeah, I've got that double sticky nano tape that I keep in my office on the desk, and it doesn't move the ball, but you can see when it's touched. It's hilarious when my coworkers come in and go,
What other places you hunt in your area?
Oh, my team did the Randolph County. We put on an event for 10 people. So we did Randolph County Asylum. And we're actually getting ready to go to the Kosciuszko County Jail on the 14th. So that's going to be fun.
I'm glad to hear you guys are hunting. The group I'm in, we for some reason we've done a couple of private hunts about a month and a half ago, and we haven't gone anywhere since. It's just it's summertime, Everybody goes their separate ways, and it's like, darn it.
I understand that, but my girls, we stay in touch. We talk every day on chat, so we're lucky to all be real close friends. So.
Well, that's cool.
That's nice. That's
awesome.
real nice.
That's what you need.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, I mean, I've got
being on this. I'm on my phone just so everybody knows, because for some reason my computer, I guess it's overloaded and it's running really, really slow, and it's hard to even see you guys on this darn phone. So I apologize if there's any if I'm going slow or anything like that too. So
what are some of your good experiences and most memorable and haunted where it kind of like spooks you out and stuff? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go already. So
it's hard to actually spook me out, because I've seen and I've talked to spirits since I've been like 3 years old. So it's really hard to like shake me. So I would have to say New Orleans, the Myrtle Plantation. I know you've heard it.
Yes.
Yeah. I did that solo.
That's crazy. Not me. No.
Yeah. So I would say that's my most memorable. I did make it through the night, but I slept for 2 days afterwards going, maybe that wasn't really all that smart. So yeah, that one got. I would say that one got the best of me if, out of all locations I've been. Like I said, I've been doing this for over 20 years. So
So what do you
Anything?
usually? Oh, go ahead, Tracy. I'm sorry.
You ever go anywhere and you're just like, I'm not going in there because you know there's something in there?
yes, actually, the Shabby Owl. It's not too far from here. Sky, one of my really good friends, she is the curator of it. She works solely with the paranormal. You have to go through her. We were there a few weeks ago, and there was a team investigating, and we were just kind of, we're there to assist. It ended up turning into, they left about 1 o'clock. We stuck around till about 2:30, and you go up a small, when I say a small flight of stairs, it's like one single person at a time. Those old 1930s,
Yeah.
1910 stairs that's steep. You open up the door because you have to go in from outside, and it's like, nope, we're just not doing it. The energy in that building is hard to explain, because you have your, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then it's just like, nope, I'm not wanted in there. I'm not going. So, I mean, there was 3 of us. We opened that door and like, no, if there's equipment up there, anything, it can wait till next time we come. So, yeah.
Wow.
So what? You brought up equipment. What's your like your go-to piece of equipment?
Right now, I just bought a 36-foot tripwire. So that's my go-to. And, well,
Excuse
my
me.
REM pod.
Oh, that's cool. Does the mouth open too whenever it goes off? That would be awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I got to get me one of those, Grizz. That's cool.
Yeah, it's got red eyes. And, I mean, the gentleman who made it for me, I have to say, he's getting ready to make some bigger ones. So I can't wait to see what that comes out to be.
No, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So, my go-to, and everybody knows, is there's a little K2 meter. That's never lets me down. It lets me know if something's there or something isn't there. I mean, you still utilize that equipment, or just not as much as you used to? Anything like that?
I've got 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually set one by, like, if we're in a smaller room, I use one, and I'll set that like in the doorway, just because the light will catch my eye. I usually have a teammate who usually keeps one on her. So yeah, I like those. I've got 3. So
Yeah. What about the dowsing rods? You ever use those?
I do not, but I am teaching our. We have a little junior member, Maya. She's learning. She's 8. So.
Oh wow.
Yep, she's taken to the dowsing rods.
Ooh, 8, man. That's a weird time there. I don't.
Oh, she's gonna be a powerful medium when she gets older. She's already showing it. She's Linda's daughter, so.
Oh, okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So, okay, so she is a medium then. So that's good. I'd say if it's just somebody that's just walking off the street trying to do it,
No.
At least this way you can teach her.
Yeah, she's Linda's daughter, and she's just, oh my gosh, there's just so much. She's learning really fast, and it's kind of like, okay, honey, let's slow you down.
Wow. Well, that's crazy. So people are like, yeah, I use the rods and everything, and we got a guy on here, Standing Stones, that saw a cryptid last night, and so yeah, so there's a lot of activity in the chat room tonight. So that's interesting. Now, I never used the rods. I got into the pendulum a little bit, and I'm scared of it because first time it moved on its own, I was like, what was that?
That's my I got my computer on behind this, the one that I was trying to get on. Now it's starting to work. But
that's what that was. It
yeah,
like
whenever somebody comments or messages on this mine pops up.
Okay,
it's like scared me there for a minute. So yeah, I didn't know what was
I'm
going
getting
on.
out of that bad boy.
That's all right.
I keep a pendulum on. It's literally sitting here next to me all the time. So pendulum's one of my favorite things that I'll use in my home, or when I'm by myself. When I'm with my girls, they like equipment. So I just kind of step back and let them use their equipment. So.
I've never used a pendulum.
Really?
Yeah, something I'll have to learn how to use that.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice piece of equipment for me. I like it.
Yeah.
I actually sell them. I went to an event last year. I can't remember where, but it was Paracon is one of them. And I had my display of pendulums sitting there. I had a few other vendors walk up and go, "Do you have a fan back there?" I go, "No, but if you're watching my pendulums, they're all moving."
Oh, there you go.
Yep, vendors all day watched them. I was like sitting there asking questions, and they're like, I had a whole crowd around me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, they are interesting if you learn how to use them and tune into them. Yeah, so I usually have mine sitting right next to me. I'm afraid to move because every time I move, something flies or that's not taped down. So yeah.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, it's
keep
been
waiting.
very interesting.
I keep waiting for something to rub their hands through your beard and
Oh.
see it and to watch it. Just watch it flow.
No, I had to put extra stuff in it so it doesn't do that. Because
Oh,
on the
okay.
shows, I'll look like a chia pet. I'd be like, oh, look, and you see my beard just like fluff up. I'm like, the hell with that, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, I put
Yeah.
extra beard stuff in it.
We watch my cloth back here. My familiar will move it, and you'll see it sway sometimes. And there's no wind or anything, no air conditioning.
It was moving
here.
a minute ago. I noticed that. So yeah.
Yeah, my familiar will let himself be known quite a bit. Blake's like, "Hi."
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh,
It really is. I can make it swings when just like a super ceiling fan. Well, I usually have mine right next to me, but I use a board, a pendulum board, but
Mhm.
I had so much activity the past couple of nights, and I moved things around. There's no telling. I know, crazy witch, give you a break, you know. But I move things around, but usually I have everything, like my holy water right in reach and everything. Did you hear that?
I heard something.
Something
It
got
sounded like a
thrown.
sigh.
Something got thrown. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, it never fails. I have no idea what that was. Something got thrown in the studio.
Yeah.
So
I want your attention.
now it wants yours attention is what it was. Standing stones. I have it, just don't use it. I heard that too. See, Shelly? Yes, I heard that too. I felt it. And it was hard sounding, like something was hard, and everything I've got is taped down or Velcro. So I don't know.
Maybe one of those dolls is mad at you.
Yeah. Oh, one of them's laying on its side. It was Gretel or Hansel was laying on its side, but
Is
that's
that the
not
one
what
arm?
fell.
Ooh.
No. I know. Did you feel something on that one?
Yes, that has
Yes.
some energy on there, big time.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I
And look
don't
who's
even
in
want
my
to show you
bed.
the other ones. So, but yes. See, ladies and gentlemen, and the FDL Paranormal, he's probably laying in bed. Oh, they're calling for you. Michael, stop it. But yes,
Yeah.
where's Hansel? That was Hansel. Gretel lost her arm. It got amputated. Don't ask me how, but that's for another show. But yes. But I got to figure out what that is after the show because that freaked me out.
What about Ouija boards? You ever deal with those or not? I don't mess with them myself.
I don't like them. No.
I leave the room if somebody brings it a board. I'm like, nope.
Yep, that's one of those things that's like, you can play with it, but I'm done. Nope, it's not for me at all.
Have you ever done any private residences that one of the main complaints was negativity and fighting amongst a couple or
Yes.
the family?
Mm-hmm. A few years back, when I say a few, it was in Key West. It was a rental home that the family had decided they were going to move into for 6 weeks or for 6 months. And, they knew that what I do, they're like, we just don't know what's going on. This isn't like us, They're like, they can't even sleep in the same room. They were just going at each other. And it's just, you walk you walk down their hallway and you can just tell the divide. They definitely had what I would call, simple terms, angry, disturbed, someone that, it wasn't from the home, it was from the island. You can flip a quarter and find a spirit in Key West. I lived there for 3 years, so.
Oh, yeah. I never realized that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was the last duty station my husband was at. And it took me a few days, but we cleared it up. They decided that, well, maybe we need marriage counseling. I was like, let's try this first and then call me back in a week. And after doing some cleansing and some, lots of spell casting and, a bunch of different things that I have in my handy bag, it actually worked and they never had to call me back.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, that is interesting. So here we go, man. Let me get over in front of the camera.
Oh.
It's made of different types of quartz.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay. Yes.
So I am not moving that. Did you see it, how it moved by itself? And look, oh, okay, I'm done. See, that stuff freaks me out. It was moving one way and it stopped and it went the other way. Then it stopped and it went in another direction. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now, yeah. So I was thinking of a question and no. Yeah. So this is where I get nervous and put things away.
You need to have a stand for it. That way it can stand free. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stand free, and that would freak me out even more. So,
to be honest with you, I'd never even thought about using one of those, and I'm glad you guys brought that up. That's yeah, because it could just sit there freely, and then Huh.
Hey, I sell them, so they're a hot item. You put the pendulums out, and a lot of people's like, "Oh, you have these too?" It's like, yes, I do.
Oh, yeah. Huh. What do you know?
Yeah, everybody's saying yes. They love pendulums in the chat room. Yeah, they're actually very nice tools to use. Mm-hmm. Stands, if you've never seen them, it's actually a stand that's made to hold them. Yep. And this way, you cannot say that it's actually anybody, moving it themselves or them. Like, ladies and gentlemen, you saw mine was moving one way and it stopped and it went the other. Oh no, I'm good with that. Nope, not at all. So yeah, nope.
I think Hansel was reaching down there and grabbing it.
Don't say that. Please
I
don't
didn't
say
see
that. So that noise, I felt it, and I'm sitting on a real nice cushion in my chair, and I felt it through that too. So, Shelly, just ask your spirit to answer your question. That's way it's safer. I do. I've actually done that before. Rebecca, show us your favorite pendulum. Hello, Appalachian Terror. Welcome everybody to the show.
I don't see. I just moved them all out in the living room. I've got I like using clear quartz. It's just a strict point, or I have a glass bottle full of chips. Chips I like the best. It's just a little valve.
Really?
But I've moved them both to the living room. But yeah, sorry. But yeah, they sit in my little stand. It's metal and it goes around. I have a little jewelry hook on them and they just stand there. I have a slate board that has for a pendulum board, and I also have a wooden one that a friend made me. So, yep. I love slate.
That's a slate one, Terry.
Eric? You sell them on you said you sell them on your website, or?
The slate one was given to me as a gift, so no. But my other pendulum boards, yes, I have them on the website.
What's the website name?
MoonlitCrystalJewelry.com.
Moonlit or Moonlight?
Moonlit.
Moonlit. All right. Mm-hmm. Crystal jewelry. I'm gonna type that in.
So yeah, a lot of the stuff. I mean, we've been selling stuff a little bit like crazy here lately because I've been doing a lot of shows. So Linda is actually my IT person, so she keeps me in the know of what I need to update and get on there. So
that's nice. Yeah, I don't have an IT person, do I, Tracy?
No, I don't have one either.
I can show you my favorite board. That's not.
Yeah, do that one. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Paranormal Plus with Grizzly and Tracy. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
You were talking about the IT person. I can't even figure out how to get that link on that Canva flyer to work, Chris.
Oh, Lord have mercy and crazy with Standing Stone. See what I go through, but yeah.
I can't. I mean, I put that thing together, and I'm like, last night I spent probably 45 minutes on my computer, and my wife's like, "What? Why are you so frustrated?" I said, "Because I've done this like 30,000 times, and it says it's working, but it's not working."
Oh, okay.
Got off the subject. Sorry.
That's all right. Rainbows and unicorns to everybody, Standing Stone says. So I'm an IT person too, Crazy Witch. All right. Let's see what you got there.
This is my slate.
All right. That's a nice one.
Yeah. And let's see. My favorite, it's simple, nothing special, just a clear quartz. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's my simple setup.
So the thought process behind it is there's some energy moving it, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, that's just a simple that's actually a very simple process. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that it can't get any simpler, really.
Do you have any like your K2s or anything around it? Have you ever tested to see if anything else is going off with it?
Yeah, I mean, I've had K2s around it, but I kind of have a cheat. I can see what other people can't. So.
Well, yeah, it's true. You ever? I'm just asking because I'm not a medium, and
I know.
Other people are probably asking, thinking this too. But I mean, can you, as a medium, and Chris can answer it too because he's a medium as well. Do you see just a shadow, or do you actually see a person?
It's according to how they want to present themselves. Sometimes I see them just like I'm sitting here talking to you, just plain. Oh. Sometimes it's kind of hazy or a mist. But yeah, it's just according to how strong they are and if they really want to communicate.
Do you see you the same way, Grizzly?
No, mine's fuzzy, right? I see more shadows than I do that anything. Mine is weird. Is like when I talk to people, I can see what they're thinking, and it's like flashes of pictures. And it's not like a movie.
When I was young,
so it's really weird. And I always been like a lie detector test, especially on the PD. You can't fool me. No matter how much you try, I always get the truth out of you, right? And my kids hated me for that. So, but I used it to my advantage because I didn't know I had somebody in the family that had abilities until recently. And, just a lot of things came open with my spiritual journey last year and it started making sense. And I kind of like let things go. And the more I let things open, the scarier it got for me. And it's still scary because, it's like, for the people who don't know, is it me thinking or is it somebody telling you this? Because, I hear things in your own voice, not somebody else's voice. Okay. So, and the vibrations and feelings, the energies I pick up off people, it's weird. Like if I'm talking to somebody and they test me, they do this all the time on shows. People are like, "Hey, do me," like, "Do me what? Read me." And then the next thing you know, like one girl, I was hunched over and I got real nauseated, real sick. I feel like my stomach was inside. I mean, literally, I was going to be sick. And I'm like, "What is wrong with you, girl?" And she got real quiet and she's in the hospital for those symptoms. And I was like, "Okay, I'm done. No more."
Yeah.
I do not like feeling like that. Right. So it's still new. I'm still kind of like pushing it away a little bit. Like the pendulum thing, I was thinking of a question when it was doing those little thingy wingy. I'm good. That's why we have people like you that's, done it for years. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. My best friend, Linda, I was telling her months ago, it's like,
Tracy,
you'll be having surgery soon. She goes, "No, I won't." I go, "Yes, you will." I was like, "You just need to go to the doctor and have them take a look at it and they'll tell you and you're going to get a date real fast." She goes, "No. Yeah, she just had surgery a few weeks ago. She didn't want to believe me.
Wow,
but it took her a while. But it's like stuff like that. I just know. And
You
I get
do, and it's weird, but you're used to it though, right? Now, I've got a panel of people with abilities. We work on cold cases and missing cases and murder cases that are unsolved, and it's very interesting because some of the pieces and puzzles they put together and try to help with the police and the family members to get the body remains and so forth. So I know exactly where you're coming into. Crazy witches like you just got to ease into it, Grizzly. I'm trying, crazy witch. So, but
Yeah.
yes, yeah, and I believe he can't hide anything from her. I know. I felt that as soon as she got on earlier. That's why I couldn't look at her. Because I was picking up her
Thanks.
energy, and it was very strong. So, yes.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have any of
Absolutely.
those abilities.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, something that most people know from my podcast, I'm a death witch. So I know most people from counteracting with them. I know when they die. I can tell you the day, the month, and down to the minute, which I keep my mouth shut. 99.5.
that's hard. Yeah,
man.
that's hard.
I've been like that all my life. So to me, it's just an everyday thing.
I don't want no mine. So
I don't tell anybody. That's for me. That's my business.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know somebody else that has that ability, and it's wild. It very is, and that's something I wish I never come across and have. I couldn't deal with that.
Well, I mean, when I was younger, I had a hard time because I'm the firstborn of my family, and every firstborn has very, very strong abilities, and we all follow pretty much the same path. Mine's just a little bit stronger than my previous ancestors, so it was a building.
Right. No, absolutely.
That could be a burden. Definitely.
It can be, but if you know what I mean, I've been doing 42 years, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if I get. I wouldn't. Knowing me, I don't know if I get. But I couldn't ease it into anybody either. You know what I mean?
Rebecca, she's referring to when people are ready to pass on.
Mm-hmm.
She knows by looking at you when you're going to die, the date, the time, and that's what she's referring to.
So you don't know if it's like if you met somebody that's perfectly healthy, you're not going to say, hey, in 2028, March 3rd, you know that, or you don't know that. Mm-hmm. Really?
Yep. Wow. All I have to do is meet you. And
now, she already picked up on mine as soon as she locked eyes with me.
Mm-hmm. I know both of you. I know Tracy from my podcast.
I can't hear you.
No, it's too late. I already felt the energy before we went live. I'm like, yeah, she done checked it. So
I can't help it.
I still got a few years, but not long. But I still got a few.
I just need to know, is my wife going to be the one that kills me?
I'm not going to say a word. Nope. Not going to say a word.
I joke around a lot, so I'm just figuring out one of these days she's just going to. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Shelly, I already know mine. So I escaped it once by luck. It was an accident. They found the cancer. So we have special tests we have to do every 9 months, blood work every 90 days. But I'm here for a little while, so I'm going to enjoy it.
You better be, because we're going to be on for like another 20 years, Grizz.
Oh,
we're going to be talking.
You're going to outlast me, brother.
We're going to be talking like, hey, Chanel. Welcome to Paranormal. What's the second name of it, Grizzly?
Yeah, right.
You'll be like,
I'll visit you guys in 20 years. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
That's funny. That is funny.
Hey, so we were talking.
Go ahead, Tracy. I'm sorry.
Hey,
there was a little delay on mine.
Get a little bit off the subject here. I know a lot of people are probably interested too. So with your ability and just curious, not trying to throw you on the spot or anything, but we talked earlier at the opening about that submarine.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you've never met any of those people,
but I can tell you, I got a feeling. I don't think that they're without water, without food, and losing oxygen.
Yeah.
I don't get a good feeling of it that they will recover the submarine, but I think they will be lost, which is sad. It really is.
That's definitely sad.
Mm-hmm.
And if I understand, it's like $250,000 a ticket
Yes.
for that.
Two
I'll
or
just
two
watch the
fifty,
movie.
yeah, yeah, it's
So
up there.
I
Man,
don't
that's
think I
crazy.
would want to go. Would you?
Now,
No.
FDL said that that part of the contract on the first page talks about death 4 times. I'd
Oh,
been
I
like,
believe
no. And one guy allegedly, he said, now if the cat ball goes off, it's me. One guy allegedly said that he actually bought the ticket and got bad vibes and bad feelings and wanted his money back. They're like, okay, you can have your money back. We got other people. And he did. He did not go. And he's like, oh my gosh. So I don't know if it was like a premonition he had or somebody was telling him, don't go.
Well,
It's just like the movie. Don't go.
yeah, no good. And just like
So,
space travel, selling these tickets to go to the moon or wherever they're going, that's not for me. That's too early. It's in the infancy of the programs and stuff like that. I'm happy where I'm at.
I don't like being the first of anything when they first make something big. Give me a few years and then I'll try it.
No, agreed.
right.
Fix the bugs first.
You want that type of a thrill? Go skydiving. At least you got a better, you got what your chances are there.
You can make it for the
My
gas.
luck, my parachute wouldn't open.
My luck, I'd have a brick in there.
So,
oh goodness.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So,
but no, she's right. It's with the oxygen and stuff, and especially when you go into panic mode. You breathe heavier and harder and more, and so now your air depletion's changed, and it's not scientifically accurate now. It's just, I'll stick to the ghost hunt. Shelley says.
Yeah, definitely. Your chances there for sure. So.
Yeah, I know. You see it all the time in my studio. So. And then people want to go out and buy a half of a headstone. I mean, really? Yeah, see? I like her response. Yeah.
No.
So, but yes. So when you go out on your investigations, explain to some of the people out there what happens when you go to locations, about your feelings and what you see compared to the equipment. And because I know you're like, okay, your equipment's getting ready to go off and it's going to go off. Or somebody's walking in, you're like, stand by, and you're thinking this. You're like, here you go, ladies. I can just picture you doing that.
I keep my mouth shut when I'm with my team. Because, we're a team. We all want to experience the same thing. And I let them know. I put very heavy blocks up so that I can actually... I just love seeing the girls' reactions and some of the stuff. Linda's a little bit of empath medium, but yeah. I went to last year. I went to Indiana State Sanatorium, and oh my gosh, the fourth floor just overwhelmed at times. I was sitting here going, "Ooh!" And yeah, we went with a big team, and they had a REM pod down the way, and I was like, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But
wow,
yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'd be awesome.
That, Tracy?
That'd be awesome to hunt with her on something like that.
Well, I really try not to take away from everybody's experience. Just because I can do that doesn't mean I should ruin it for everyone else.
Well, yeah, but it would be a good party trick.
Yeah, because I would want to know if something's going to be walking down that hallway instead of this hallway.
I've told the girls before. We're at Randolph, and we're allowed to go into the barn where they don't really let the teams go very often. So they let us go in, and we were sitting in the trough area, and I was like, okay, yep. And, I knew, right? I was like, let's rewind. There's going to be an EVP here. So, but yeah, it's stuff like that.
No, that's cool because then, honestly, if you did that, you could, man, it would make it would make, number one, the hunt go a little bit faster for video, just for that purpose. You know, you could, you're not going to waste 20 minutes over in this corner where absolutely nothing is. Whereas you can go somewhere else and I'm not saying that you probably find something every single time you're out there and it's, you're like, hey, boom, hey, Chanel, where's it at? Hey, Chanel, where's it at? You know what I mean?
No.
But to be with someone that would be accurate like you, to be able to go to that point, even if it's once an hour, you can say, hey, look, I got this energy. It's right here. And you take your equipment over and boy, that would be awesome.
Okay, you and that doll, you have a connection with her, don't you?
This is a separate one. I have Hansel and Gretel. They're handmade from Germany. She lost her arm the other day, and she crawled on my foot during a show.
Well,
and everybody's wanting to know if you can tell me where her arm is located.
I would say under the desk on the far corner. But what?
Ladies and gentlemen, after the show, I'm gonna go back underneath that point of no return. And if that damn arm is there, I'm gonna crap myself. I'm just telling you.
I'm sorry.
Because I looked exactly where she said. But she wants her arm back because I did a session with her and some other ones. And I had my K2 and everything else out and all my other meters. And we were talking, and she wants her arm back. And that was the one that was crawling on my foot. So I'll leave her down here next to me. And after the show, I'm going to check, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
And that is crazy. So underneath the desk, okay. There you go. You all asked. I asked her. So, yes, under the cloak. Wow, y'all freak me out now.
Under the cloak.
Yeah.
You got a cloak in there,
there. You can't see what's below there. It's dark. I got studio lights up right now, right? So
well, take your cell phone and use it as a flashlight.
Man almighty. Watch it. Is it in a box or is it laying on the floor, you think?
Nope, it's in a box.
It is in a box. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take that box and I'm going to take everything out of it now because I got a postal box underneath my desk. That's where I keep my tape guns, my cameras, and everything else to my right. And I looked in there.
You looking for the arm in the box?
Yeah, but look what just went off when I said I looked in there.
Yeah, I see that.
I looked in there, but I didn't pull anything out.
Nope, pull it all out.
Oh my gosh. My stomach is like getting like in knots. Come on, Grizz. All right, damn it.
Find
Y'all
that
do your
arm.
old thing.
That's just what I'm feeling. So go ahead and start digging.
I got one better. I got my flashlight. So
there you go.
I got my flashlight. I'm gonna see what's down there. You all do your thing. I'm gonna check now. I'm pulling everything out.
Hey, Joe De Hoya said hi. He's on the That Paranormal the channel watching it too. So just want to make sure everybody knew that. Catball just went off. So let me ask you, how do you know that arm is in there?
It's just a feeling. I'm not always 100% right, but I mean, it's just a feeling.
Boy, that'd be handy because I lose stuff.
Don't ask about my keys. Blake takes them all the time. So
yeah, I mean, my wife is like, how did you lose that? How did you lose that? How did you lose that? And usually it's like my glasses that are on my head, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I misplace stuff all the time. Oh man, I might have to send you a message here and there on Facebook. Hey, have you seen my keys?
Now, I can't help you with that. I'm telling you, when my familiar, he moves things, it drives me crazy. My eye drops that I keep on my nightstand, that is his favorite thing to move because I use them like a dozen times a day.
Yeah. So what would you say your familiar's name is?
Blake.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, how long's Blake been around?
A long time. Blake is old, really old. So,
okay.
And he was gifted to me through my god Anubis. That's who I.
Huh. Yeah, I was told that I have a Native American that was attached to me. I'd wake up in the middle of the night with like a night terror, and my wife would just totally freak out, and she'd be like, "What's up, baby? There's a Native American standing by the closet." And I actually, the door would open because I know I'd close that door, and she'd freak out. I'd only do it for a couple seconds, and then I'd just fall back asleep. I don't even remember doing it most of the time. And then went to a spiritual healer, talking to them, and they were telling me as a Native American. I was like, well, that's weird that they knew that, because I didn't tell them it was a Native American. And then they asked me to give it a gift and ask it to go away, and I did, and that was over 3.5 years ago, and I haven't seen it since.
Oh, well, everybody kind of looks at me weird when I say Blake is an energy vampire. So, like I said, he was a gift from Anubis, and he keeps me protected.
So, by energy vampire, he sucks energy out of things. Is that what you're meaning?
Yep.
Okay.
Otherwise, some people call him a demon type, but for me, he's just Blake.
Oh, that's neat. That's neat. And your husband's accepting of Blake?
He has no choice.
Yeah, no kidding.
We just celebrated our 20th anniversary Saturday, so he's pretty much used to my weirdness.
Well, congratulations on that. That's awesome. That is definitely awesome. Did you find it? Grizz?
He's still hunting.
I didn't realize he's got like the background.
I just emptied out the box and something moved, so I'm trying to figure out what I didn't know. Never mind. I'll be right back.
He's trying.
So every Sunday, you said, and what time's your podcast on Sundays?
6 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. And where can they find it? Obviously on Facebook. Do you just do a Facebook Live with it, or are you on YouTube and all that too?
We're part of Things Network.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I was sitting there. I've been flicking up the chat because the chat keeps popping up. Jeremy and everybody's on their on their typing stuff, and I'm flipping it back and forth. So
yeah, we're on Things Network. We also have our own Facebook page, and we're always on Indiana Crossroad Encounters.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. I know like Grizzly has like 19 or 50 or 10,000 places he goes to. That this is on as well. Mine, I just do it on so paralink.com, as you know, is a website, but we also have a Facebook page called paralink.com. Because Facebook is still a good site. It's still useful. Yeah. Paralink is just paranormal. It's a paranormal Facebook for the most part. You can do everything on Facebook on paralink.com. But yeah. So I share it on that paralink.com on Facebook, and also onto that paranormal crew. We get a few people on there that watch it when they like to watch it too. So, and then I'll take it and I'll embed it into paralink.com tomorrow. So it's on that network as well. It's not a streaming network. We thought about doing streaming, but it's really, it can be a pain to manage that. Right. And hey, just so you know, we got a lot of users on that now. Like
I was just on there yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome. The one thing that we need is content. We need more people communicating with each other. And Sean came up with that system for points, so we didn't get spammers that just want to come in. Because right off the bat, whenever we built it, we had a few spammers come right in
I believe it.
and sign up, throw it on there, and left and never came back. So if we do the we did the point system, which Grizzly doesn't like, and be honest with you, I'm on it. I message all the time too, and I comment and stuff, so I've never really had an issue with it. But it's a good thing. It keeps the people out that aren't really serious about the paranormal. So yeah, and we appreciate you coming to it.
Sorry, my puppy's going mad.
No, I think it did it last time I was talking when we were on there.
Yeah, it's getting to be 8:00 my time. He wants to go potty.
I think both of your partners are on here, aren't they?
Yes, Shelly and
I saw Linda
and Linda Barnes.
Yeah, I saw Linda a while ago. Well, I hope you girls are doing good. So, and you definitely have a good opportunity of good hunts whenever you go with Chanel. Then,
We have
so
fun.
yeah, yeah. Now, do you ever do any public hunts?
That's what we did at Randolph on May 5th. We may or I like what we're do. I'm getting ready to do one at the Kosciuszko County Jail. They only allow 5 people, so I have me and Shelly going. One of the authors from Paranormal Magazine.
Oh, cool.
Yep. And let's see, we have Brad Fraser and Sky Bowman. So got 3 going with us this time.
Chris, that box is not in China.
I know, right? I'm trying to. I can't even talk.
You can't find it, can you?
No, I'm telling you, something moved down there, and I didn't have my flashlight, and it was like a shadow, and I was like, "Oh no!" So I don't
It
know.
doesn't want to be found right now.
That's fine. That's fine by me.
Now
Damn,
watch
Grizzly
tomorrow.
cat ball's been cold. Has the ball really been going off? I was underneath the desk.
Yeah.
Whoa! See, I don't like that. That makes me nervous.
Now watch tomorrow. You look underneath there, and there's another box, and that arm's in there.
Don't say that.
No, it'd be good. I think that'd be cool.
There is another box. I didn't check it. Yeah, you all got me paranoid, man. It was like, what is that?
Oh, so
Don't
when you do
that, you scared me. See?
I scared you?
Yeah, you went, oh. I didn't know if something was coming at me or going to bite me. And ladies and gentlemen, vampires do exist. I hate to say it. You can believe me or laugh at me. They do exist. I know somebody that ran into one years ago. I know it sounds cuckoo and crazy, but it's true. So, and she even's telling you it's true. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky to have Blake. He can manifest. And both my girls, Linda and Shelly, both have seen him. He's a sexy looking one, I'll tell you that.
Team Edward.
No, far from it. But
okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, they do exist. And like I said, I'm lucky enough to have Anubis granted me to be attached to him. So.
Hey, so on your public hunt, like you said, this one coming up is 5 people. I'm curious because I haven't done a public hunt in a while. There was one last weekend, but I was in Tennessee in our area, and it was like, I think a max of 20 people, and they were charging like $40 a person, which is, to me, is a good hunt because I know the place charges probably $1,000. So the team was most likely eating a little bit of it. Is that what you guys do too? I mean, do you kind of do you keep it fair and all that? I'm assuming you would, right?
We don't take a penny. No.
Oh, really?
We divided up the fee for the place, and we divide it evenly between the guests and ourselves.
Okay, good. That's what we did one public hunt. I think it was last year. Our team did, and we did the exact same thing. We got to where we didn't make any money off it. I mean, we want people to be interested in it, And if you charge too much, it's going to be hard to get the people to show up. It's trying times right now. Inflation, all that stuff. So I'm glad to hear you guys do that. Because I see some places they're like $100 a ticket, and you're like, I make decent money. I do want to spend $100 on that, or I don't want to spend $100 on food. Stuff like that. So I'm glad you guys do that. That's awesome.
We provided pizza, drinks, and everything at Randolph for our group. So we put money into it, and we paid our own way. So
that's what we do too. Yeah. So I appreciate you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. Where's Sonya, Grizzly?
Yeah, I think she just got home. So yeah, she's been on a trip there for a while. I think over a week or something. So yeah. But no, and it is because you talk to people, even the places that I'm going to, they're $115, $130 per person.
Mm-hmm.
And and you got to go into a group just to get it down to that cheap. So yeah.
Now we're wanting to do Waverly next year.
Yeah, that's Grizzly's backyard right there.
Yeah, 47 minutes away. My mom used to work there. I used to live right down the hill from it, and she used to play in the tunnel when she was a child with her friends.
See, that's how I am with Randolph. I knew someone who lived there before they closed, so I'm connected to Randolph County Asylum.
Well, that's cool.
Ah, interesting. See,
So
that's
if you're
the paranormal. I don't know when he talks about pounds. I don't know what that means. E100. What does that mean?
I
Put
don't
it in.
know.
Put it in English dollars.
English
well,
Pounds.
color.
technically, I guess it is
That
English dollars.
is.
He's in England.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess so. He's sitting there rolling his eyes right now, shaking his head in bed. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 11 or 12. It's 1 o'clock in the morning there.
yeah, add 5 hours to our time. So yeah, that's correct. 104. He's in
Yeah.
UK. He's like, hold on, don't put your clothes on now. It's too late. I already seen your body. So yeah, it's all right.
We're going over there in August to
Okay.
London. We're gonna just for a vacation, but we're gonna meet up with Mike there at the FDL, and we're also going to go into Paris for a day. We're going to do the catacombs.
Oh,
So I
I've
thought that would be
always
cool.
wanted to go there, but my whole thing is Ireland. I want to go to Wicklow, where my family's from.
Next year, that's our
I
goal.
do
Is
shows,
Ireland.
Tracy, with people in Ireland, Scotland, and all, and it when I first started out, I didn't understand the hell of what they were saying. They're like Vikings, but 10 times worse with their accents. And I would just smile and wave,
Yeah.
and they would look at me, and I was like, oh hell, my computer froze, and they just stare at me, and I'm like trying to click on stuff, and they'd be like messaging me, "Are you okay?"
No,
And I'm
you
like,
don't
yeah, I'm fine.
understand.
Why? And they're like, well, we're asking you questions. And I'm like, oh, well, I couldn't understand what y'all was saying. So this one girl, I thought we was going to get kicked off YouTube. She's saying some type of blood type, RH negative or something on one of my shows. And she sounded like she said she kept wanting to get naked. And I was like, I'm going to cut her mic off. She said that one more time. And she kept saying naked, naked. And I was like, excuse me, why do you keep saying naked? And everybody was like laughing. And there were even people in the comments thought the same. And it was her accent was so thick.
Yep.
And she
Yeah.
wasn't saying naked. She was saying something else. But once again, I
Right.
thought, here we go. $127.65. Well, he broke it down to the penny, didn't he?
Yeah, I did.
Well, good. That
So
means it's cheaper there in where he's at, so I won't have to spend as much money. That'd be nice.
So yeah, my family on my father's side, my grandfather was from Wicklow, so
Oh, cool.
wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I grew up listening to the Irish accent.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we're planning on going to Scotland, Ireland next year. We were going to do all three this year with London, but there's just way too much to do in the amount of time, So we're going to do that. And we watched that. There's a show on Netflix from Scotland. It's called Still Game. And my wife and I, we just one night just flipping through like 2.5, 3 years ago, trying to find something to watch. And it's just it's an it's a pretty cool show. It had a lot of seasons, but it's funny as can be. But at first, I'm like Grizz, I couldn't understand what they were saying. And then I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. You go back to the first one to watch it again because you started to understand what they're saying. So now I can understand exactly what they're saying for the most part. But yeah, it's a funny show if you guys ever get a chance if you're into comedy. So
Well, I just tell that one girl, I'm not going to mention her name, I don't want to embarrass her. When she talks and she looks at me, I just say amen. And everybody starts laughing because I think she's talking in tongues, but that's all right. So, yeah. They're asking, don't you speak Gaelic?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Wow.
What does if you don't mind if it isn't going to cause anything? Is it okay to hear it? Because I'd like to hear that.
Conexes. No, I'm sorry. I mostly use it for spells. So I'm sitting here thinking,
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
So no, I
Thank
use
you,
it for
ladies and
spells.
gentlemen.
La, la, la,
Encourage
la,
her
la.
to look. Encourage her to cast spells on the show.
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, what can I say that won't?
Yeah, no, we're all right. I'll read about it.
There you go.
Shelly was setting us up here. See? Huh.
She's
So I
good
need
for that.
another missing arm or have nightmares
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh,
No
my
kidding.
Lord. What people do. Crazy Witch, I know you'll be laughing right now. How did I know you was getting ready to do that? I wonder why at first she looked up and was like, and was like, should I or should I not? And then she started, and I was like, and then she's like, then she told us, and I'm like, no wonder she's saying it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I caught myself.
Yes, she did. I'm glad. And that's all needs stuff to be levitating in the studio right now.
Well, we
Yeah.
can make that happen, Grizzly.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
put a spell on Grizzy or Tracy. Thanks. Just what I need. More oochie coochie weebies or whatever. I appreciate
There you
that,
go.
Yolanda.
See dolls
Hey,
floating behind them.
yeah, don't say that. Man, you ever been on my shows where they commit suicide, like they're jumping off top of a skyscraper and they land on my keyboard? That just flips me out. Yes. So I have them all leaning back to make sure they do not lean. What happened? Are you all right?
To me?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a cough. I hit the mic button.
Oh, I thought you smacked yourself. I was like, damn, I'm getting
Yeah,
out the holy water for sure on that
she
one.
did cast a spell. Every time Grizzly talks, I got to hit myself.
My Lord, I didn't know what the heck was
Stop
going.
talking, Grizz.
See what I go through.
Hey, come on.
But it was just the way you did it was so. So Michael and FDL Paranormal, listen to this. Michael at FDL Paranormal, we're doing the show, right? And next thing you know, he just jumps up and goes, and just falls. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. And he was talking about the evil dolls or something about the dolls. And he's like, somebody's got my lung and squeezing it. And I was like, oh, great. Just what I need to hear. And his wife's in the other room, like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, oh my God. And then one night we was doing a show and he's like, and I'm like, what? He's like, you ain't gonna believe this. He's telling his wife, he's like, check this out. And he turns off his back, whatever, flips his camera around, and his shed door is open and the light is on. And it was not like that prior. She would fit right in, wouldn't she, Tracy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Her arm is probably behind your keyboard.
Is that what somebody just says?
Yolanda just said that.
Well, I tell you what. After my next show, we're talking. We got a guy coming on about a Wendigo and experience, and I never had one of those before. And I had him on the show and told his story, and he real legit deal. And he went out to some of the Facebook groups, and he got crucified because nobody believed him. And now all of a sudden, people are believing him. And why am I even telling you all this story? Anyways, after the next show, I'll tear up this. I'll if it don't want to be found, it's not going to be fine. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Doll's lost arm. Yeah, that's what's going to be happening. You ought to see what I'm going to do on one of the shows I'm going to be doing. It involves nighttime guns and woods and flashlights, and I ain't going no further.
I'm in.
Leave it at that. Yeah,
I'll watch it.
I'm in.
So, and it's all going to be by myself. So
Oh, that's my favorite.
going to bed, going to be in the bed. And well, Anthony, who's going to be in the bed? Me or you or the arm? You got to tell me. I just can't click on stuff without knowing. But anyways, at that time, yes, I know, Rebecca, right? Thank you, Yolanda. Y'all crack me up. But no, I always tell people, if you have somebody with abilities, take them with you. It's an extra bonus. And like she said, she won't ruin it. I mean, but they know what's coming. They know what's there. And because I don't want to be there for 5 hours and be like, I could have told you 5 hours ago and there's nothing here. Why'd you wait down and tell us? Well, we didn't want to ruin anything. No, I want to know, right?
It's
That's
like
different.
This weekend, we decided we were going to, on Linda and I's podcast, we decided, let's go to a cemetery and do the daytime investigation. We went to the one we originally went, and I looked at her. I was like, there's nothing here. And she's a bit of an empath medium, and she's like, I don't feel it either. We went to where we actually had the podcast, and it was like, yep. And I just happened to put a cat ball. I was like, okay, something's going to happen here. And it was right by my truck. I just set it on top of the stone. And we walked around, and I'm like, I'm not going to say a word. I see spirits. I see what's going on. Keep my mouth shut. I was like, I could act shocked. So I put all my blocks up, and I turn around. I was like, well, there's the cat ball going up. I was like, so we put the K2, the cat ball, and a REM pod on top, and put the phone, because we were on our phones, facing it, and let everybody tell us what they seen.
That's pretty cool. See, I like stuff like that.
I'm guessing it's on the shelf up there where your dolls are, Grizz. That's my guess. She asked everyone to guess where it's at. I'm saying up there on the shelf.
All right.
I think I
will look tonight after the shows. Watch Grizz wake up tomorrow in the Army back on the doll. Do not, Nicole. Why would you say that?
Or you have the doll arm as your arm.
But what was weird, this is what's weird, ladies and gentlemen. We actually covered a story out of Tennessee about a girl that got mauled by a couple of dogs, and she ended up losing her life because of the infection, but she had her arm amputated. And that next day, the arm was gone, and it's the same arm of the girl that we showed the picture of on the show. That was one of my phones flashing, I hope, which I don't know how, because none of them are facing. I cannot explain that because all my phones are facing down, and that came from on top of my head. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, y'all freaking me out. So
you're talking about a girl missing an arm.
Yeah, so it's the same arm that the girl's missing that died.
Interesting.
And yeah, that is interesting. And I was like, whoa. So and that was the same doll that crawled on my foot during that live show that about flipped out and then about knocked everything off my studio desk, because I was sitting there, and you see how big that doll was. It's not that very big. Now, I don't wear shoes in my studio. I walk around in my socks, right? And I got hardwood floors, and I got this thick mat for my chair. It's black, and that's why I'm saying it at night. Without my studio light, you still can't see the floor. Then I had both feet on the floor, and I got this real fancy thing you can rub your feet on and massage your feet while you're on the show. Anyways, I had my feet planted on the ground, and I felt something just, and I'm like, oh. And I jumped back and looked in there. I was like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. Something's crawling on my foot. That's what it is. So what was weird, and I'm gonna say it was me that moved it, but I went to grab it and it moved, and that really freaked me out, and I jumped up. So I'm gonna say I kicked it or somehow I moved it myself, and debunk that. But and I picked it up and showed everybody, and everybody started flipping out, and I was like, I don't know how it was up there when we started the show, and how I got down there, I couldn't even tell anybody.
Interesting.
Yes, because behind on my walls, I got all that foam to absorb the sound and stuff. So it's not like it can crawl down. Well, maybe it could push itself between the walls, but anyways.
Baby's arm holding an apple.
Y'all crack me up.
That's hilarious.
How many toes I have on one foot? I don't know. I'm going to take my sock off and count them, Yolanda. So, it's never a dull moment on any of our shows. I'm telling you, this is what I go through on each one. So Yolanda's cracking me up, man. When you get Yolanda on the road, I mean, I'm worried about YouTube. YouTube's gotten so stringent. I mean, we got flagged the other day, ladies and gentlemen, because one of my psychics said COVID, something about the COVID vaccine, and I read through the thing today, and I was like, what? So I disputed it, and they're like, no. And like you were saying negative things about COVID and all. I was like, what are y'all talking? Yeah, it's like somebody's smoking crack over there.
No.
What
so
wasn't?
It's just going through there, just going click, 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 and deny. Yeah, that's what they're like Facebook.
Well, I got a good one for you. I got Things Network paused.
Yeah.
Because back a few months ago, Blake decided he was going to get right up on my speaker and just have himself a conversation. See if anybody heard. Yeah, all of Things Network podcasts got paused for being flagged. Because
I wonder what happened. Because I'm out there too. I advertise out there a lot in that group. They let me. Yeah. So they're a good network.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, definitely
interesting.
good people.
That's very interesting.
So
Yeah.
they flagged you for saying something about COVID, negative about COVID. Wasn't COVID
COVID-19
wasn't it
shot.
negative though? I mean,
Nobody even said COVID-19. And the only time I take it back, let me rephrase. They were talking about the COVID-19 pandemic, about how people were stuck in the houses and how people were tapping into their spiritual sides because they had nothing else to do. That was it.
gotcha.
But they were
Yeah.
saying that they were talking about how negative and the fake news, all this other. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I try to leave politics completely out of anything I'm on anymore. I
don't even
it
get me
is what
started
it
on
is, right?
politics.
Ain't no use going through all that mess.
Ask her, is Joe Biden? She'll tell you the answer, Tracy.
Who,
I'm
your
not
doll?
saying a word.
Yeah, she already did. She just
I'm
answered your
not saying
question.
a word.
It's
Well,
not Joe Biden.
you look at the pictures, you look at the right hand versus the left hand sign and stuff. I don't know, but like I said, I'm staying away from all the political stuff. I just want to see everybody come together and be happy again. Be positive, spread positivity throughout the world. That's what we need. It's very, very hard. It's going to be very, very tough. But really, growing up in the '80s, awesome. And the '80s was awesome. Politics was a thing, but it wasn't that huge of a thing. You didn't really think about it. I don't know. I hate to be a kid right now.
I wouldn't want to be.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't either. It's yeah.
But we're getting out of the paranormal realm here, so.
Well, I
Like
was
I
just
said,
about to ask her before we go. So, do you drive by cemeteries and be like, "Oh, hello, everybody," and just
All
keep
the
going?
time.
Yeah, I figured.
I drive by one where I used to work, and I would actually wave, and I would have a spirit. He literally waited for me every day.
Wow.
He knew when I was going to be coming by. On my lunchtime, I would go into the cemetery and sit and have lunch because I had an hour lunch. So, but yeah, I got to know him really well.
What do you think about that, Tracy?
So I missed the first part of that. I think
I said, can you go by a cemetery and wave at people?
Yeah. She said that. I get. So who's the person?
He actually was
It's
the
a ghost.
founder. He was a
Well,
founder.
I know, but we were just talking about somebody else, and I thought maybe I missed something. And that's what you were talking about. I was like, what?
No.
We changed subjects.
Yeah, I was like, no way, really? Okay, I get it now. I get it.
No, that's the only reason
awesome
I know
you
is
can
I
do
know
that.
somebody like her that has the same abilities, and they cannot go to hospitals because every time they go to visit somebody, they have to clear it out, and it takes them hours to do it.
I can go to a hospital, but I wear a lot of blocks. I bring them up real tall, and it's one of those things. I walk away going, okay. But yeah, it's difficult because they'll come to me and I have to sit there and not look like I'm a crazy person and have conversations with people.
Yeah,
be admitted.
Yeah, I could see that because you'd be like, who's she talking to? But anymore, you might not be that bad off because anymore people have the little earpieces. I watch people at work walking around and they're talking, and I'm thinking, man, are they talking to themselves? And then I see that they got the little thing in their ear, their watch is on, whatever, so. Yeah, so it might be maybe you ought to just put a watch on when you're out there.
Just put an earbud.
Act like you're talking into it, like a spy cam or something.
There we go.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I've really enjoyed it. It's been an honor. So yeah.
Well,
so how do people get a hold of you again, and your websites and your stones and crystals?
You can either go to Indiana Crossroad Encounters on Facebook. I have my business website is moonlitcrystaljewelry.com. Or you can just hit me up on my regular Facebook. I use all three.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And I really adore you, and I really appreciate you. And, like I said, Trace, you're going to outlive me. So just give you a heads up.
I'm not even looking at this.
I
don't want to see her. I don't want to see her reaction.
So yeah, right. But no, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Chanel.
All right, take
Welcome.
care. Bye bye. Tracy, awesome. Let me get the buttons here. There we go. But yeah, that was awesome. Nice to have her on the show.
Yeah, good one. She's a good one.
So
Definitely.
yeah, Lana's gonna copy Grizz and say, "What?" I'm gonna have to copyright that. So that's my old saying. Everybody's got me catching me saying, "What?" So anytime something goes wrong, I guess I've been doing it a lot. I have no idea, but y'all freaking me out. Great time. I've seen her podcast many times. Yes, she's very good. I love the show. It was great. Well, thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
what we got for next week? Or is it
Actually, I believe, I don't want to say it yet. I
all
think
right?
I have somebody,
Fair
and
enough.
he's a good guy, and he's from the West Coast, and he has a big podcast himself, and they're getting ready to do an OC Paracon out there in October. I believe, I don't want to say the name though until I know for certain. I got to check through
Sure.
it because he wasn't sure on the time, because he was talking 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we do 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So just working out the timing with him. If not, I'll find somebody else for that day. So we'll
Yes.
do good.
Yes. Yeah, she did call herself the Death Witch, Standing Stones, which means that she can look at somebody and she'll know the year, the month, the date, the time that you will pass. And I met a couple of people that way. And I know one person that actually had that from a person that was passed in the family down to them. And when they got to a certain age, they kind of lost their minds because everybody they met, they knew. And they couldn't
Yeah.
handle that. They couldn't turn it off. So, and like she says, I felt that when she first saw me, she picked it up right away.
I mean, think
So,
about it. If it's your spouse and you're like, hey, why is she being so nice to me like 3 weeks in a row?
yeah,
I say that jokingly, right? But really, that's got to be tough if that's real, that she has it. Does a person like that, are they able to block it out for their close people that are very close to them in life, or do they just roll with the punches until it
roll with
happens?
the punches. Yeah, roll with the
Because I
punches.
wouldn't want my wife to tell me if she knew,
Yeah.
even though sometimes I think she does.
Now, Yolanda, don't forget, coming up at 9, we got the Wendigo. So you got to make sure and go back and watch that one, Yolanda. Yeah, we got the guy coming on about the Wendigo encounter he had. So it will scare the living jeebies out of you. It took him a lot of years to come forward. The first time I talked to him, he cried and got emotional. He was on the air. He got emotional, and yeah, so that's going to be very interesting. But I got enough to worry about too. But I think it's been a great show. I'm looking forward to the
Yeah,
next one too.
it was a good one.
Really am. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really am.
yeah. We're I tell you, we get some good guests on here. We have some good conversations, and we have fun. What else could you ask for on a podcast, man? I think that's perfect.
Yeah, having fun's the main thing. That's what I always tell people, right? And hopefully people pick up some information and learn some stuff. And it's interesting to see everybody's different abilities and especially how they investigate. That's one thing I
Yes,
always like. But yeah,
I
but
like
yeah,
tonight we talked about the medium part of it and how she can actually see the person itself, and you see more of the shadows and the fog or whatever, so it's neat that not everybody's the same. That'd be weird if everybody was the same with it, so that's cool.
yeah. Well, I block a lot of mine out because I'm scared of it. And people tell me ride the horse or get off of it, and I'm trying. But like in some other people I do shows with, uh, they'll think about me, and I'll be like, oh, I need to call them, and I'm like, hey, are you all right? They're like, I hate when you do that, and I'm like, I'm just picking up your energy, and I'm like, we need to talk. What's going on? And
Yeah.
we're next thing I know, we're on the phone for 2.5 hours. So sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse, but I got to learn how to flip it off,
Yep.
and like she does, and ground herself. But it's just right now, it's like a faucet, and it's weird, and it's hard to explain if you never encounter something like that before. So, and that's why I got the pendulum, because it called me out, and so did the board, because the slate boards are not cheap. and you can
Yeah.
get boards for like $5 or $6, and it's just another tool for people to see. Like she says, like the EMF detector, she already knows somebody's coming, right? And
Yep.
she can count down and make the REM pods, or not make them go off, but she knows when they're going to go off. But it's more validation for me. And when I was asked a question earlier and it stopped and it moved the opposite way and then it changed direction again, I was like, whoa, okay. And that's why I keep it in the bag.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just scary, because you're brought up on things what you're supposed to believe in, and like Dracula, in vampire. A lot of people think that's a myth and a folklore. And ladies and gentlemen, it actually is real. And I know it's kind of hard to swallow and grasp, but I'm telling you, there are things that walk upon this earth that should not exist. And she just validated that for you again, somebody else.
Yeah.
Because people used to laugh at me. And I've got people on shows, Tracy, that fairies fly in front of the camera.
Yeah.
You see the wings and the legs. And I'm like, look, there goes fairy. They're like, yeah, we have them all the time. They're just real excited that you're all here. And I'm like, paranormal. You got to love it, right? So,
yeah, exactly, buddy. Exactly.
But I'm going to do something, and since nobody's watching, FDL's asleep. I'm actually going to go into the woods and do an investigation with something.
There you
at
go.
Nighttime. Yes.
Yeah.
Because the woods where I'm at is very old, and they put a golf course on part of it, but it's still got like I don't know how many thousands of acres or whatnot to the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want to do some EVPs and some stuff, and hopefully not run into Bigfoot or something. But yeah,
Definitely, man.
so I'll have a little clip on that too for our show one day in the next couple of weeks.
Good deal.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, from coast to coast and around the world, that's a wrap. We'll catch you next week. What do you think, Tracy?
Yep. Amen to that. We'll see you guys.
All right, take care. Godspeed, guys. Bye-bye.
Ha ha ha.